So the next thing to do probably would be for me to take this radiator out and set it where I want to set it. Make sure that the cover will line up with these two bolts here, two set screws there, and this one, which is 1, 2, and 3, and so that the radiator does not stick out too far where the cover can't go on, or we have this in too deep right here where I can't get the cap off to fill it or drain it or whatever else I want to do with that. So I should get that set where I want it, and build my little box or whatever I want to do. And you can see as I pull, if you look at the hose right here, if you look at the hose down there, as I pull out, that hose comes with it. Now in order for the hose to work correctly, the hose has to, as it comes out right here, it goes underneath this metal channel right here, and it I use plastic ties to hold it in there. Then I have to make sure that this hose comes out and up right here to the water pump, if that's, damn it, fucking bitch, fuck, Christ. I have to make sure the hose comes up and doesn't hit against that right there. I have to make sure all the wiring does not hit. Over here on this side, and this is extra long here, what I can do is I can take this hose here, and this is where you want to do all your plumbing. It's called plumbing. You want to do all your plumbing, get it set where you want it, and then cut it to match. But it goes underneath this frame rail, which is right here. That's the frame rail that these bolts stick to. And like I was saying about the bolts, is that you want to put washers on these, because if you don't, and you go to take black ties and get this this hose in here, you're going to find little indents in the top of the hose where you could get a hole. So this will come up, this side will come up here, and you want to put the your rear fender on to see how much room you're going to have. What I could do is I could take the hose like this and just attach it, okay, and it will kind of crimp it right here, or I could run it straight under the railing, which is right here, all the way straight up to here, and then attach it to the 90-degree brass fitting here, which I think I will do. So I think I'll do that. Also, with this setup, you're going to have two brass 90 degrees that come with it. Okay, you can crank on those all you want on with a hose clamps, or Jubilee clamps as they're called in Europe. But the aluminum ones are totally different. So here are the best hose clamps in the world. These are cheap ass Chinese pieces of shit that don't work, kind of like all the rest of the stuff they sell. These hose clamps here are made by ABA original. They're made in Sweden or somewhere, and they don't come, this size is just a little bit too big for what I need, but the one size smaller won't work. So what I do with this is, with these hose clamps, you can put one hose clamp right here, and you can crank that thing down with a 3/4 inch impact driver, and nothing's going to come off or go loose. If you do this against aluminum right here, what it will do is this will not strip out. It will crimp this inlet right here and destroy it. So you got to be careful. But the thing is, that's the good thing about it, is these look like ordinary hose clamps or Jubilee clamps. Oh, it says ABBA Sweden right there. These are the best of the best. So I bought a bag of them, and they work really good, because I got tired of my bike. After a while, the Chinese hose clamps would get loose, and I'd have leaks, and I have to take everything apart and screw with it and screw with it. And I put these on there, and these bitches hold. They hold like the old American kind, that when we used to make things in America, which we don't anymore. Maybe we'll start, because a country that does not produce goods and services and only produces McDonald's workers is really not a country. Well, that's the end of that rant. The only other thing you can do, and this is one thing I've done on my other videos, okay? I take these cheap-ass Chinese pieces of shit, and what I do is I always use 2 of them on your fittings. The small ones like this, I'll put one here and one here. One here and one here, the little tiny ones, because if one clamp comes loose, the other one probably won't. But it's no fun when you're going down the road, and all of a sudden you park your bike and you go in to have a beer, or go in to have something to eat, or park at home. Next day you find a puddle underneath your bike and going, fuck man, I just want to go out and drive it. Now I got to go through and tighten everything up, and these are probably going to strip because they're worthless. So this is what you want. Go to eBay, go to wherever they sell these. ABA. They cost a little bit more money, but I'll guarantee you they'll hold any hose on any fitting. Alright.